Why do so many professional chefs die young? Why? I was a professional chef in San Francisco at the height of celebrity chefs and fine dining, right? This was the early 2000s. I went to the Culinary Academy of San Francisco and I worked in some really expensive ass restaurants. I had a lot of friends that were on the show Top Chef. And let me tell you, the only chefs that I know that are still alive are the ones that stopped being professional chefs. I have lost so many friends and idols, people I idolized, bosses. There's a lot of reasons for this. And the more I learn and look back on the industry and the ways that professional kitchens operate, the more things I find that contribute. And so I don't necessarily think that it's one cause of death. I think it's death by 1,000 cuts. I think it's a lot of things. Microplastics is a big one, right? In kitchens, you are surrounded with plastic. It doesn't need to be that way, but it traditionally has been that way because it's the cheapest, it's what everybody uses. So plastic wrap is a way of life. Plastic is bad because you have both the microplastics, which cause inflammation, aggregate in different tissues in your body, specifically your brain. How about your blood vessels, right? Lots of chefs die from stroke and heart attack, lots of them, right? But chronic inflammation and gut dysbiosis, which microplastics unequivocally cause, also lead to a suppressed immune response. So your body is literally not able to fight off disease or infection the way that a normal, healthy immune system would, right? And so what does that look like? It looks like passing because of COVID, which lots of chefs did, right? Or passing because of a weird allergic reaction that then leads to a heart attack. You also have all the chemicals that come out of plastic. PVC is one of the worst. That's all over kitchens, all over it. I remember going to cooking school and literally cooking things in PVC. That's what I was taught, right? It's probably still done. So other things that contribute, benzene. You are standing in front of an oven, a gas oven, for at least 10 to 12 hours every single day for years. That's not good for you. Number 3, PFAS. PFAS are the toxic forever chemical, and when it's in the form of Teflon, that is a type of plastic. Lots of kitchens still use this, lots. PTFE microplastics are also really bad for you, but then PFAS, the toxic forever chemical, are still used in lots of different applications in a professional kitchen. Sanitizing liquids. I actually had a really good friend and former chef who owned restaurants send me this article because there's multiple dishwashing detergents that are used in professional and commercial kitchens that is really bad for you. And chronic exposure to that, I mean, literally just breathing that in. Kitchens are small, y'all. Breathing that in every single day and then eating off of that constantly, that's not good for years, right? And then lifestyle. Lifestyle is a big part of this, y'all. Like, again, I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's a lot of things that contribute. The type of person that goes and becomes a professional chef is not someone that likes sunshine. Sorry. At least maybe now, but 20 years ago, no. You are someone that is hardcore, that has a propensity towards extreme things. It is an incredibly gratifying job. I've now done a lot of different jobs in a lot of different industries. Being a professional chef was by far the most gratifying. At the end of every day, I felt like I won the Super Bowl. It was fucking amazing. But there's no work-life balance. The most expensive restaurant I worked at, it was like $200 pre-fee menu. This was back in the early 2000s. My shift started at around 11:30 in the morning, went until 1 in the morning, 5 days a week. There was no break. And yeah, there were a lot of drugs and a lot of smoking. And why? Because that's how I was able to continue doing my job. It was what kept me going. And I smoked because it was the only time I got a break. That it's a type of person that gravitates towards that. There is definitely an artistic and creative side, but people that love sunshine don't become professional chefs. There's also risk-taking behavior, which is how a lot of chefs end up going. Weird freak accidents like Naomi Pomeroy, which was making this video has honestly been hard because I've been crying so much. There is so much chronic cancer and heart attacks, but also suicide. Anthony Bourdain, I met him. I shook his hand. He was my fucking idol. But so much of this is chronic exposure to toxic chemicals when you're in a professional kitchen, and it doesn't need to be that way. I would love to know which professional kitchens are actually non-toxic out there, because those are the ones that we need to support and doing things that are actually conducive to life. We need to ensure that minority-owned and female-owned restaurants are getting all of our support. If you know a great restaurant like that, drop it in the comments because we need to support them.